You know, I've just about had enough of the BS coming from Clinton. You know, you're looking at footage back in '96, I believe it was, where, oh my God, she's running pretty fast. Look how fast all those people are running. Is that Olympic trials going on there? Because it looks like they're running pretty fast. Wow, they stopped to shake hands and everything, but look out for the sniper fire. But watch it. Our U.S. soldiers are there, and apparently, you know, they might get hit also. This is the reason why I'm saying this.
Speaking of explaining, your former boss was in Boonesville, Indiana the other day, and this is what he had to say about his wife.
There was a lot of fulminating because Hillary one time late at night when she was exhausted misstated and immediately apologized for it what happened to her in Bosnia in 1995. Y'all see all that? Oh, they blew it up, and you would have thought, you know, that she'd robbed a bank the way they all carried on about this. And some of them, when they're 60, they'll forget something when they're tired at 11 o'clock at night.
All right. First of all, it was 1996 rather than 95, which is a much different time frame in Bosnia. There was no immediate explanation or apology. It took at least a week. And it didn't happen late at night just once. In fact, the first time we can find was back in December. Let's watch.
We used to say in the White House that if a place was too dangerous, too small, or too poor, send the First Lady. So, you know, we landed in one of those corkscrew landings and ran out because they said there might be sniper fire.
And then 2 months later, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I remember particularly a trip to Bosnia where the welcoming ceremony had to be moved inside because of sniper fire.
And then 3 weeks later, bright and early in the morning.
I remember landing under sniper fire. There was supposed to be some kind of a greeting ceremony at the airport, but instead we just ran with our heads down to get into the vehicles to get to our base.
And later that same day.
There was no greeting ceremony, and we basically were told to run to our cars. Now that is what happened.
What actually happened was leaving the plane and strolling over to a rather extended greeting ceremony, just contrary to the way Senator Clinton had explained it.
You know, she has just been caught in so many lies. And, you know, how she's not charged, it really boggles my mind. Because anybody else, they would have been locked up and the key would have been thrown away from them. But then, just yesterday, this came out. In an article put up by the Washington Post, Clinton invites families of blacks killed by police to speak at the convention. Now, there's been requests. They've all been falling on deaf ears. Now, some news affiliates go as far as to say that want less males, less men at the convention as well. InfoWars did a really good story on that, and I'll put the link to that video in the description. But here is what the Philadelphia Police Union had to say. Philadelphia's police union is blasting Hillary Clinton for inviting relatives of victims of police shootings to speak at the Democratic National Convention next week, but failing to include relatives of slain police officers. John McNisby, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 5, said the union was shocked and saddened by the planned choice of speakers at the convention, which opens Monday in Philadelphia. The Fraternal Order of Police is insulted and will not soon forget that the Democratic Party and Hillary Clinton are excluding the widows and other family members of police officers killed in the line of duty who were victims of explicit and not implied racism. He goes on to say, it is sad that to win an election, Miss Clinton must pander to the interest of people who do not know all the facts, while the men and women they seek to destroy are outside protecting the political institutions of this country. Miss Clinton, you should be ashamed of yourself if this is possible. It just makes you wonder, is there no line she will not cross? You know, these families are suffering a loss also. Not saying anything about that. They're losing a loved one also. But so are the police officers that showed up to do their job. And the police officers in Dallas was working a Black Lives Matter protest when they were savagely gunned down by a sniper. Now, the thing is, all these people want to chant Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. If Black Lives Matter so much, why aren't you screaming Black Lives Matter when blacks kill blacks? When you have gang members killing gang members, you have senseless crimes, black on black crimes, and you're not saying nothing about that. People witness homicides and they don't say anything. If Black Lives Matter so much, why don't people come forward to put an end to the senseless killing of black men and women? And the same thing goes with if you're white, if you're Hispanic, any race. You cannot stand up and say Black Lives Matter if you're not willing to follow the words. This one gentleman says it perfectly, and I'm going to play you a clip of his video.
And a lot of people want to call me whitewashed. Well, let me tell you something here. I ain't whitewashed. Just because I don't blame the white man for everything, okay? Just because you got 9 kids, that ain't the white man's fault. He didn't push Tyrone inside you. He didn't. When your mama told you to get your ass up and go to school, and you skipped school and dropped out, and you ain't got no college degree, and you working at McDonald's, that ain't the white man's fault. You had the damn opportunity. So I'm still trying to figure out why we blaming the white man, why y'all blaming the white man for every damn thing that's going on in your life. Hell, somebody gonna blame the white man because his car broke down. You bought that raggedy motherfucker. You didn't get an oil change on that damn car. The white man did not set that shit up. So I'm still trying to figure out why we blaming the white man for every damn thing. Okay? Then on top of this, I want to know why, if you was born in the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, the 60s, why are you mad about slavery? It is 2016 going on 17. I'm trying to figure out what y'all mad for. Y'all wasn't no damn slaves. Because when none of you no damn slaves, I know that. You don't even know your damn ancestors. Then you want to holler all this Black Lives Matter bullshit. And you know what? I know a lot of people that say Black Lives Matter. I know a lot of black people that leave their grannies and their mamas in a nursing home to die. But you want to scream Black Lives Matter? You don't even care about your damn mama's life. So, when y'all move back to Africa, let me know how Farrakhan treat y'all. Because I know one thing, people in Africa is moving here to the U.S. So I'm confused. I don't know why. People in China moving here, people in Mexico moving here. If America that goddamn bad, why the fuck everybody moving here? I'm still trying to figure some shit out. So let me know how that go. How Farrakhan them treat y'all. And you ain't gonna find no good chicken like this over there neither. You ain't gonna find a whole lot of shit over there. And you can't go to the dentist neither. Ain't none of that shit over there. Y'all always wanna holler about rights. You ain't getting no rights over there. But stop blaming the white man. Okay, I got white friends. Shit. I don't drink with the motherfuckers because they get you fucked up. Like Cat Williams say. But I got white friends. They help me out. I help them out. Shit. Hell, my sister even got white friends. And shit, they all got each other's back. Okay? But I know damn well I can't count on one hand how many Negroes got my back.
Wake up.
What do you want?
We gotta stop listening to this rhetoric that's in the media.
Michelle, what do you people want?
What do I want?
Michelle.
When you say you people, what do you mean?
The complaining black people blaming others for the failure of their parents and their lives.
What
blaming others for whatever it is you complain about. What is it exactly do you want from white people?
First of all, just let me take a breath. And
I'm trying to find out what you want.
What's your nationality?
American.
Are you white?
I'm black American.
Oh, okay.
See, look, here's a prime example. She can tell that gentleman is black American, as he puts it. But she's going to ask him if he's white because he is not agreeing with what they are saying. She is going to insult him by asking him if he's white because he, not only is he not agreeing, he's refusing to agree with what they say. And that's how it is. That's what causes all these problems. As soon as somebody steps out within their race, they attack them because they don't believe what the people in Black Lives Matter party agree. And that's the whole problem, folks. That is the whole problem in a nutshell. You know, if you would take the Black Lives Matter protest and take all the violence out of them, take the death to police chants and, you know, pigs in a blanket chants, get rid of those, and you do your peaceful, respectful protest, your message would get out a lot more. But you have people within your own race that is not agreeing with you. Your numbers are not as big as you think they are. And it's because of the actions that you guys are taking place in. Now, prime example. If the Ku Klux Klan was to get out in the streets and protest and everything, man, I think World War III would go off if something was like that, was to take place like that. So why isn't it okay that people don't agree with you? Why can't they have their own opinion not to agree with you? Why you gotta lash out at them? The gentleman in the clip before this, he's got people in his race calling him names because he doesn't agree with them. Why? Why does it gotta be that way? That is where the problem is starting. And until you fix that problem, nothing else will fall in place.
What do you want? Oh, you do? And why do you think that? Why do you think
that? Because you seem to separate yourself from us, should I say?
In
Put
what
us on
way?
the other side
In what
of the
way?
fence. in the ways that you specified thus far.
Meaning what? Tell me, give me an example and tell me what you mean.
How you mean, what do you people want from white people? Meaning that I'm not with you.
Oh, okay, I got
just y'all by yourself,
right? Let me explain why I do that. What you don't know is that there are two realities in life. One is that of good and one is that of evil. And now that I've been able to overcome evil, I don't identify with angry, evil black people. I identify with other blacks and others who are on the side of good. And so that's why I say you people, because I have to divide myself or separate myself from evil and go along with good. So that's why I do that.
What is it that makes us evil?
I'm sorry, your anger, your blaming others for your problems, your lack of love and respect for yourself and others.
Okay, I'm going to leave you with one more video here, and I'll actually restart this video. But pay close attention to this. Listen to who this gentleman is. It's always said that you do what the police tell you to do. If there is an issue, you deal with it later. That's what the attorneys are for. I feel comfortable saying 80% of the issues that has taken place with the police department would not have taken place if the people would have done what the officers told them to do. And if their rights were violated, that's what attorneys are for. But watch this video and think twice before you cast your vote, because Hillary is not the way to go. I'm not saying Trump is either, but Hillary is not the way to go.
Tonight at 9, he is one of the most outspoken critics of police use of force here in the Valley. But he gets some on-the-job training about use of force tonight.
Very interesting stuff. Reverend Jarrett Maupin led protests and marches after Phoenix police shot and killed an unarmed man. Well, tonight he gets a chance to experience the split-second decisions that police have to make when encountering a suspect.
And our Troy Hayden was right along with him tonight, getting the training as well. This must have been eye-opening.
It was a really interesting experience. You know, we've all watched those protests all over the country after police officers are accused of shooting people who aren't armed. But what would happen if one of those protesters felt what it's like to wear a badge and then be put in a life-or-death situation himself?
So I'm going to have you put the holster on right inside your belt loop there.
Jarrett Maupin gets his weapon. You might recognize him as a high-profile organizer in the minority community. Just last month, he led marches on Phoenix Police headquarters after an officer shot an unarmed man.
We want his badge. We want his gun. We want his job.
Today, he accepted an invitation to look at things from the other side, agreeing to go through a force-on-force training session with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. 3 scenarios where you have to decide to shoot or not shoot. Scenario 1 is a call about a man casing cars in a parking lot. Maupin approaches the man and starts asking questions.
What? Where you have your hand in your gun?
You're looking for your vehicle. What kind of car do you drive?
Where you have your hand in your gun?
What kind of car do you drive?
It's my car, man.
Oh. Maupin, the officer, is shot. It happens that fast.
At what time did you think that it was time for you to address the use of force that was given?
When he came to the back of the vehicle, and was hiding. You know, I could sense something was wrong.
Scenario 2, a call of 2 men fighting.
What's going on today, gentlemen?
What's wrong with you?
What's going on today, gentlemen?
What do you want?
What's happening here?
What's wrong with
Back
you?
up.
Huh? What are you doing, man? Hey!
Hey, he shouldn't approach me. He shouldn't approach me. He shouldn't approach me. He shouldn't approach me.
What happened in there?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You just shot him?
Hey, he rushed me.
Tell me why you shot.
Well, I've shot because he was within that zone. You know, I felt there was an imminent threat. I didn't necessarily see him armed, but he came clearly to do some harm to the officer, to my person. It's hard to make that call. It shakes you up.
Again, an unarmed man was shot. Scenario 3, a call about a possible burglar walking down the street. Maupin gets him on the ground. He's not complying.
I need you to keep your hands up, sir.
For what?
Because I need to check that waistband.
Well, why? What are you doing,
Because I don't know what you have under there.
Everybody, look at this guy. What are you doing?
No shots fired, but the suspect did have a hidden knife in his waistband. I went through the scenarios too, without seeing what Maupin did.
So, do you have keys, or do you have anything to show me that?
Don't worry about it.
No, I need to talk to you. Come on out over here. Well, I'm dead. Maricopa County Sheriffs, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Both of you, get on the ground. Get on the ground.
For what?
Get back. Get back.
Same results for both of us. Things happen very fast out here. I asked Maupin what his biggest takeaway from this exercise will be.
I didn't understand how important compliance was, but after going through this, yeah, my attitude has changed. This is all unfolding in 10 to 15 seconds. People need to comply with the orders of law enforcement officers for their own sake.
Thanks to the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office for taking us through that today. It was an eye-opener.
That's a tremendous admission that Reverend Maupin just made.
Right.
That you need to comply for your own safety.
Right, and he saw it. I mean, he plainly shot a man who was not armed but was coming at him, and he felt, that he was unsafe at that point, that he was coming after him, and he fired.
Yeah, and I don't think any officer goes into work thinking, I'm going to shoot and kill somebody today.
No.
But these interesting, things happen, like the guy coming from behind the SUV, boom, and you're dead.
And you are. Six shots he got off.
How did you feel about those scenarios when you were going through them? Did it change your perspective?
Yeah, I've been through one of these before about 4 or 5 years ago, but it just reinforced how fast things happen. And you think at the time, oh, I can think through this and I can figure this all out. No, it's just, boom, it's just there. Yeah. It's that fast.
I have a lot of respect for Maupin for going through that.
Yeah,
I agree.
I do too.
And agreeing to go through that and seeing it from the other side as well.
Do you think it changes the way he approaches these issues going forward?
He says he's going to go out into the community and say what he said at the very end there. You have to comply with what police officers tell you. Let everything sort out at the end, but just do what they tell you right then and sort things out afterwards.
Interesting.
Interesting. All right, thanks, Troy.
Good stuff, Troy. Thank you.
First thing I want to say is Fox 10 News, if you see this video, thank you very much for doing this story. It is extremely powerful, and you did exactly what you need to do by getting the point across on how people need to comply. This gentleman is Reverend Maupin. I'm not for sure when Fox 10 News is, but you can see him here. You can see the gentleman behind him, this Black Lives Matter sweatshirt on, leading the protest, leading the march. And this gentleman even says at the end of this story, after he goes through this scenario, that he never knew how important it was to comply. You gotta comply. I feel comfortable saying 75-80% of the issues we've had at the police department would not have existed if the person would have complied. If you're told to put your hands behind your back, you put your hands behind your back. You get out of the car, you get out of the car. It doesn't make a difference if you're right or wrong. If you feel you're right, let the officer do what he needs to do, and then you contact an attorney. That's how this should work out. People wouldn't be shot or fighting with the police officer for resisting or anything. None of that stuff would take place if you was just to comply, as this gentleman here says. But what you got to remember is there is still going to be issues, and I believe I said that in the beginning of this video, or when I started talking about this. You're always going to have your issues. Everybody's human. But the other 20 to 25%, when you've got the issues, and you got the other 75 to 80% when you don't because the person complied, there's a huge difference there. Now, you've got all these Black Lives Matter people. You've seen the footage. You've seen the young black gentleman talk about how, they want to scream Black Lives Matter, they want to scream Black Lives Matter, but he gave some scenarios about, not taking care of your mom, not letting the police know about the information you have on a shooting. That is one black gentleman talking, experience, I'm assuming from his background. I couldn't speak on something like that because that's not my experience. That's why I put his video in. Then you got another video, you got a young black male and a young black female. Looks like they're being interviewed by a black gentleman. And I think he says, "You people," or something like that, something along those lines. And the girl was stunned. She could not believe that he was talking to her like that. And she said she got to take a breath. And that's how it seems to be a lot of this stuff is. Anytime, if somebody from the same race doesn't agree with the other person in their race, they're automatically an outcast. And you heard this gentleman say, yes, I'm black American. Basically, he doesn't deal with the stupidity. He doesn't deal with the violence. He doesn't deal with the anger. That's why he doesn't associate himself with the other couple sitting on the couch. We all have to come together. All this violence has got to stop. And by Hillary Clinton doing what she's doing at the DNC, it's making matters even worse with the black community and the law enforcement. It's putting unnecessary tensions there. And if she was really trying to help resolve this stuff, it wouldn't just be a black family of police officers shooting victims coming to that. It would be a victims of shootings coming to the DNC. But no, Hillary Clinton choose to use the word black. And that's why all this turmoil is raised. And the gentleman from Philadelphia, FOP, that gentleman is a black police officer. So they can't say it's, it's just one-sided. That, again, if Hillary Clinton was trying to help with the situation that was going on, she would not have isolated herself the way she did. That's my thought. This is the Bulldozer. I'm out of here.